Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Ethereum, Solana and SUI price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with Ethereum. Today we see, of course, another red day. Unfortunately the crypto market is still dumping, and we don't see yet a signal of strength. So we're gonna see what's going on in Ethereum here on the lower time frame. So actually I was testing yesterday this one too, of course, the 0.38 and the 0.5 fib level there. And obviously we have broke it and we have failed it. And very likely that, it can be, of course, very close to be a finished ABC there for a wave B or a wave 2, meaning, of course, a deeper correction here, testing area again. But I would say that this dump is never ending. But basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, we might still get one more leg here, potentially to take the 0.618 exactly there, and we'll see the reaction from there for Ethereum. So because I see in Ethereum something as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, I mean it looks like almost perfect impulse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 wave 4, not interfering with zone 1. We have kind of like an ending diagonal here as well. And I would say it can be, of course, definitely something impulsive. Now, it can be a wave A, but let it be even, whatever. We need to see at least a recover there. Now, currently, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level has to be updated. But in case we get a wave C there, we might reach, of course, the 2000 here, 2377. It is time for a recover for the crypto market, because what we are looking here is very, very bloody, honestly. And despite that, this can still turn, of course, into something much more impulsive. We gotta be careful. It still can be a 1, 2, a wave 3, 4, and a 5, and then having another wave 4 and a 5 here. But the wave 4 has to be, of course, reflecting this wave 2. So we need a little bit more time here to unfold, of course, this wave 4. So I think that the 1-to-1 fib level can still be, of course, reachable. So 2377. Unless, of course, it can transform into a triangle as well. Something like this, and then pushing down. Okay, in a potential final move here can be, of course, to finish a deep wave 2. Well, which I doubt it. Okay, I doubt it even for this scenario, because of course if we are still here in a wave 1 where we have double 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5 for a wave 1, if this is the large wave 2 unfolding there, well, we're very, very close to the 0.886 here. Okay, so the 886 means, of course, weakness, means, of course, very low possibility to be in a wave 3 there for a new all-time high. And it means also that very likely to take the low. Okay, and by taking the low, definitely we're gonna push for lower. What are the possibilities for lower? Well, then it's gonna be very bearish, guys. It's gonna be A, B, C here for a W, and then you might get an X, and we might be an A, B, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 wave C. And that means an expanding flat here might be unfolding. And this is simply your 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And as I mentioned, if we take here the 886, taken, of course, from this wave 1 there, and by taking the 886 and taking this low, that means very likely to take, of course, this point, and then, of course, push towards the downside, guys. 1.618 here is the most common target where you're going to take the low. And look how much close to the last low. And this is exactly what it might happen, like simply taking the low there and then pushing towards the upside again. Okay, so we gotta be careful, of course. With Ethereum as well is not looking really good, honestly. This drop is very, very impulsive, as you can see, and it might be a wave 3 over there. If we take a look also at the volume, you can see the volume, the highest amount of volume is exactly in this move. And that means, of course, this is a wave 3. unfolding, and it might continue, of course, something toward the downside, guys. So yeah, unfortunately, we're still, of course, looking for red for Ethereum. For Solana as well on the daily, well, I mean, I'm going to explain the daily first. So for the daily, we were expecting anyway this drop down for Solana as, of course, 1-2 and a potential another wave 1-2 and then looking for wave 3. For this wave 2 to unfold, we needed the 0.38 here minimum requirement. That doesn't mean that it's going to stop there and push higher. This is only the minimum requirement. It depends on the structure where it's going to finish. And obviously, we have double 1-2 here, 3, 4, 5, a 4, and a 5. It's still unfolding, potentially to test the 0.5 level there at $47 for Solana, which of course it can make it even a wider leading diagonal where we might have a 1-2 and then 3, 4, and a 5. This is the perfect target for a wave 4 in a diagonal. And it still can, of course, take it at $47 and then pushing, of course, for a wave 5 toward the upside, guys. Final scenario that you might have here is a zigzag wave A and then looking for a zigzag wave B. It can be even deeper if it wants to. Well, if the market wants to go really deeper, it can be for a wave B there to reach the 0.618, 0.786, around the $31 and $17. So if this is going to happen, of course, yeah, I don't doubt anything anymore in the crypto market right now. Just looking at Bitcoin with the potential to coming back to between the 30 and the 20K here, I don't doubt that Solana can come back to the $30 and $17 in between this area. In a wave B, of course, wave B and then wave C toward the upside. So yeah, we gotta be careful with it. On the lower time frame for Solana as well, we still, of course, here in a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and even it can transform here since we are very extended. It can transform to 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5 again. Okay, so we gotta be careful. If this happens, if we take the low here, definitely it is the scenario. Okay, if we take the low, definitely it is a scenario unfolding, of course, a deeper wave 3 here. And definitely we are in 1, 2, 1, 2 here. Can be, of course, wave 3 and then wave 4 and then wave 5 is, of course, extending toward the downside, turning it even later on probably for something as big 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, or big A, B, and a C here. The wave C is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, as explained on the daily, which is the $30. So if this happens, that will be, of course, very massive for Solana toward the downside, guys. Currently, on the 1-hour chart, we are looking here at a potential impulse can be finished for Solana, where we have a double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5 finished wave 1 or wave A, followed by a correction here, very long sideways. And of course, we were testing the 0.38 here for a wave 2 or wave B. However, because of the time here, and of course, yeah, it looks like a very long time for wave 2, very likely to be, of course, in a wave B there, which is, of course, an A, B, and a C potentially, to finish, of course, a wave 4 in the blue scenario, blue count here, because you're still, of course, in a bearish scenario of double 1, 2 there, where you have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then wave 3, 4, and a 5 in the orange finishing wave 3 in the blue, and then looking for the wave 4 in the blue scenario as well. So yeah, the time also is required here, so very likely to be taking, of course, this potential time for a wave 4, though. So yeah, it can be, of course, an ABC and then pushing for lower later on. As an impulse, can be, of course, impulsive wave since we took the 0.38, however, lower possibility due to the bear market right now, and also, of course, due to the timing here for wave 2, so fine, but yeah, a little bit lower possibility, guys, due to the tension right now, yeah, in the crypto market. All right, that was it for Solana. Let's see SUI. SUI also is horrible, is very close to zero. SUI. So For SUI, I would say, yeah, we are testing as well on the logarithmic chart. You are in the perfect fib level for wave 2 here. But I doubt that this is going to be a 1-2 and a bigger 1-2, especially that this wave 2 took so much time and is very, very deep and complex. So therefore, I believe that this might be the wave B for a regular flat here in a 3 ways up and 3 ways down. And we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Regular flat target might be, of course, in this case, taking this low. $6 is still whatever the low that we're gonna reach. Well, it's gonna stay almost like above $5 above it. But the problem is that this move towards the downside is never ending here. And obviously that if you take a look here at the macro level, you can see clearly that this wave is starting to be in double 1-2 here. And this is our wave 3, then 4-5, and then 4-5. So, yeah, it looks like we are looking after the 0.886 on the logarithmic, not on the linear, because on the linear, we are already at the 886. So if you're wondering why SUI is still dumping and dumping, well, on the logarithmic is the answer. Yeah, it might even go to the 886 on the logarithmic chart, hitting the 0.49, and then maybe to start, of course, something to push toward the upside here. Yep, so this is regarding SUI, guys. And the time required, of course, anyway, to finish this correction is the 1-to-1 fib time here, which is around March, April again. So I'm still expecting that the market here dump until April, guys, at least for the crypto. Before that time, I doubt that we're gonna see something pushing towards the upside. For the 2 hours chart here, we see also, a massive dump, a failure for the testing area here in a wave 2, which it was supposed, of course, to be the minimum requirement. And of course, we failed this area. And we're heading, of course, towards the next area, which is, of course, this one right now. We're looking for the 0.618, 0.786, and that means, of course, those fib levels are out. Okay, I'm expecting something to push for higher, at least as a recovery here in a wave C. But yeah, the deeper we go here, the lower the wave C become. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, we might only reach $1.15 again, probably, not sure even. It can be simply taking the high here and then finding some weakness again and then pushing for lower again. So we gotta be careful with it. We'll see, of course, the invalidation of bearish was not given, so the possibility even to dump for a new low is very, very likely as well. In potential double 1-2 here, wave 3, 4, and a 5 is unfolding right now. 4 and a 5 continuation simply towards the downside, guys. Okay, so those counts are still there. Yep, so we'll see. We'll see how this is going to unfold. Yep, so I think that even if we continue here, like it will continue as double 1-2 here, it can be very likely that this is a wave 3 and then 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5, meaning more extension, and extensions can be open more and more until we reach, of course, the time required, of course, for this end, of this massacre, I would say, in the crypto market. So trade safe, guys. Yep, that was it for Ethereum, Solana, and SUI. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.